All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, Aaron Rodgers was on the Pat McAfee show, and a lot of people were actually expecting him to announce, hey, he's maybe signing with a new team. He's interested in signing with another team. Maybe something is imminent, right? The NFL draft is next week, which sounds crazy in and of itself. Potentially announcing retirement. And there was a long, lengthy portion about, of course, the New York Jets and the fallout with Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji and, just kind of how that chapter ended. And, basically Rodgers said that he wasn't really, angry or upset about it. He was more so on the shocked end because how the Jets went about it, right? And of course, I'll try to find the video if it's up on YouTube and leave it linked down below in the description box to check out for yourself. But basically, the gist is Rodgers flew across the country back to One Jets Drive to meet with Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn. Supposedly, according to Rodgers, it was a bit of an awkward exchange between him and Glenn about maybe the interest level in playing football this upcoming season. And Rodgers said that he was interested, but, didn't sound like it was like 100% like I'm all in. And Glenn basically just said, well, we're going to be going in a different direction. It was a little weird. Again, according to Rodgers, after that, supposedly a bit awkward. And Rodgers left. And he said that he was at One Jets Drive for around like 45 minutes or something like that. So, you're thinking about the whole thing from top to bottom. What's done is done, right? The New York Jets moved on from Aaron Rodgers. In my opinion, it was the right move. If you're going to clear house, you're going to fire the head coach midway through the season. You're going to basically clear out the entire coaching staff outside of Sean Jefferson at wide receiver coach. You're going to fire Joe Douglas. You're going to clean out the front office, bring in a new GM, first year guy, bring in one of the best, I would say, coaching candidates over the last couple of seasons in Aaron Glenn, a former Jet who wants the job. He wants to be here. I mean, man, he had a lot of opportunities throughout the years, and he said he chose the Jets. He didn't have to come to the Jets, right? But we're looking at the state of the Jets right now. Again, first-year GM, first-year head coach, all this, all these fresh faces, all these new ideas, this new type of philosophy, really. And you're attempting to eliminate the circus, the dysfunction. I think a lot of people out there, it doesn't matter who you're a fan of, Jaguars, Saints, Vikings, Colts, if the question is, hey, are the Jets a top 5 ran organization in football? The answer for the most part is probably going to be no. So if you want to eliminate that, there's got to be some big changes. So again, to me, it just never really made sense from kind of the locker room philosophy standpoint, from a financial standpoint, from just a culture standpoint, to let go of all these guys, firing all these guys, having all these changes within the organization, but then keeping Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, paying him a ton of money at that age, at that durability concern. He hurt his last season in Green Bay, hurt his first season with the Jets. He dealt with numerous injuries last season. To me, just at 41 years old, it just didn't really line up. And I think that's okay. It's totally okay for the New York Jets to want to move in a different direction. And Rodgers did say that, right? Like he's cool with the Jets doing it, but I think it was maybe a little turned off on how they did it. But I will say this, I do feel like there should be a respect level, especially if you're dealing with like a future Hall of Famer like Rodgers. Like, hey, you know what? We're not going to essentially break up over a text. That's the gist, in my opinion, right? Like, I know if I was an NFL owner, an NFL GM, an NFL head coach, and I have the opportunity to either bring back a Hall of Famer or let him go, and the answer is probably let him go, I would want to tell that to him to his face, just at a respect level. Like, hey, I'm Aaron Glenn. I'm, a brand new head coach. We're just going to give you a quick 5-minute call. Hey, you're out. See ya. I don't know. That to me is not the from just like a respect level. Something that I personally would do. I would want to sit down and maybe have that conversation and kind of explain the reasoning behind it. But in any case, I think one thing that a lot of Jets fans were begging for, a lot of Jets fans were clamoring for when these two guys, or really during the search, right? All the GMs coaching, or all the GM candidates, all the coaching candidates, a lot of fans were hoping for guys to come in and have a plan. This is who we are. This is where we want to be. This is how we're going to get there, and we're moving forward. We have a plan. We're not just, oh, okay, we're not going to be blindsided by things. We're not going to be bossed around by ownership, bossed around by the media, bossed around by, maybe perspectives out there like, oh, the Jets should keep this player because he's a big name or stuff like that. It's no, we need guys in the building that are not afraid to, make these types of changes, that will come in and say, hey, my football team now. This is our football team. You're just kind of watching these press conferences throughout the years. It just felt like there was a lot of walking on eggshells between Saleh, between Ulbrich, between Joe Douglas. It just felt weird. It just didn't feel like anyone was on the same page. Again, I think the Jets made the right decision here. The last place that I wanted the Jets to be in was 50-50 split. The front office wants Rodgers. The coaching staff doesn't. The coaching staff wants Rodgers. The front office doesn't. And there's this clash. And, whatever decision is made, half the building is going to be pissed. Half the building doesn't agree with it. And so you're starting off step one on the wrong foot as far as, continuity. When you talk about a front office or a GM and a head coach working in lockstep together, moving in one direction, that's right off the bat not going to happen if they didn't agree to this, right? So it makes you think from a top-down organizational perspective, front office, ownership, coaching staff, this is what they wanted. And if this is what they wanted, it is what it is. They stepped up, they made the decision, and, hopefully the media circus will be over. And that's kind of the hope. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on this. I personally agree with Aaron Glenn. I agree with Darren Muji here. I'm just totally excited for the future. Not saying that the Jets are going to go win 12, 13 games this season, but, it just really feels like a new chapter, a fresh start, all these new additions to the team, whether it's like the higher ups in the front office or, of course, with the coaching staff. Justin Fields now at quarterback. It just feels like a young, hungry team that's going to scratch and claw. Very put your head down and work, a very humble approach, as opposed to these last couple of years where it just felt like all talk, no results. Look at how good we are. Oh, we can win the Super Bowl. We have so much potential. We have a better roster. We have names on paper. We're spending money. But the results, the wins aren't really there. And you saw so many people pointing the finger last year. It was just tough. And losing, of course, takes a toll on anybody, on any team. But look, we haven't even seen a game or practice or anything. We only have, a handful of press conferences between Muji and Glenn. So nothing is set in stone. Who knows how this whole thing's going to play out. But as far as what the Jets needed in the offseason, shifting away from JD and Saleh and Ulbrich too, going from that to this new regime, I feel like they checked a lot of boxes as far as, hey, who's the best leader? Who's the best culture changer? Are we bringing in guys that aren't just selling us this mythical idea on, oh yeah, we got to change the culture. We got to be tougher. Glenn can say, no, I was a former player. No, I know your organization. No, I came from Detroit. I've been around great coaches. I've seen how it's done. I will scout players. I will work on the offensive side of the football. I want to be here. So you kind of have that more of a buy-in from ownership. Like, hey, this guy's qualified. This guy feels like the right fit. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. One quick thing before I end the video here. What's going to happen with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Look, if Rodgers retires, if Rodgers somehow signs elsewhere, are they going to trade for Kirk Cousins? Are they going to trade for Derek Carr? Are they going to try to trade up in the draft? Or are they going to sit at 21 and take a quarterback, reach on one? They don't have a second-round pick. They just traded that second-round pick for DK Metcalf and gave him a ton of money. Like, the team is ready to win right now. Tomlin, there was some, not like real NFL buzz, but buzz amongst fans. Like, hey, we need to see some playoff success here. Like, we can't just keep winning 9-10 games and just getting bounced in the first round and having quarterback problems. Mason Rudolph, nope. Kenny Pickett, nope. Russell Wilson, nope. Justin Fields, benched. What's the plan with Pittsburgh right now? Very interesting, right? If Rodgers does not go there, and even if Rodgers does go there, it only feels like it's a 1 year type of solution. And then in 2026, you're going to have to ask that same question. It's not like Rodgers is going to sign a 3-4 year contract with the Steelers. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.